This is the new Audi Q8, and it's not named after an oil-rich country, though you will need to be rather wealthy to buy one. In fact, it's one of the most luxurious SUVs in the world. And here's the Car Wow top 10 things you need to know about. When you thought Audi couldn't think of another niche to fill, along comes the Q8. It's the company's new top-of-the-range SUV, and it's a bit like a Q7 that's hit the gym and bought a new wardrobe. The Q8 is still a huge four-wheel drive car, but it's sleeker and sportier than the Q7. Click on the pop-out banner in the top right-hand corner of the screen to vote which you like the best: the Q8, the BMW X6, Mercedes GLE, or Range Rover Velar. They say size matters, and in the Q8 it matters a lot. At the best part of 5 meters long, it's almost as long as a Range Rover and takes up the same space on the road as the Q7, with which it shares many of its parts. But the biggest difference between the two Audis is that the Q8 is a bit lower, and that makes it look more sporty. You see, more sporty equals a higher asking price. Audi hasn't yet revealed exactly how much the Q8 will cost, but it'll certainly be more expensive than the Q7, so expect it to start somewhere around the £60,000 mark, while top-end fully loaded versions will set you back over £100,000. But to see how much you can save on a new car, click on the pop-out banner in the top right-hand corner of the screen, or on the link below the video to go to carwow.com. The new Q8 is basically a greatest hits of Audi's latest designs. Those 4 rings, that huge 8-corner grille, and the slim LED headlights are all utterly unmistakable. Meanwhile, the rear light design follows on from that of the A6 and the A8. If you're a real Audi geek, you'll also be able to spot bits and pieces that are inspired by the legendary Quattro from the 1980s, like the pillars behind the rear doors. The Q8 will be offered with a selection of traditional engines from the Audi range, currently used in the Q7 and the A8. So there will be a 3-litre V6 diesel, a 4-litre diesel, plus a 3-litre V6 turbo petrol. There is a chance that an RS Q8 model could arrive with a 4.2-litre V8 twin-turbo petrol, plus a plug-in hybrid e-tron version capable of driving on electric power alone for up to 35 miles. Inside, the dash design of the new Q8 is a blend of that of the A8 and the A6, so it looks stylish and should have class-leading quality. Also, it's a noticeable step up over the Q7, which has Audi's older interior design. Unfortunately, Audi is persisting with its latest touchscreen infotainment system that, while cool looking, isn't the best to use. The digital driver's display is excellent though. The Q8 doesn't just look sportier than the Q7, it should feel more sporty to drive too. It sits a bit lower to the ground and has bigger wheels. Also, you can get it with rear-wheel steering for added low-speed manoeuvrability and better high-speed stability, while adaptive suspension with a sports mode is standard on all versions. And of course, there's Audi's permanent Quattro all-wheel drive system. Compared to the rather bland-looking Q7, the Q8 has sacrificed function for form. The lower roof means no third row of seats. Basically, they would just be too inhospitable. It also means a slightly smaller boot than the Q7, though there's still over 600 litres of space, which is enough. Also, the back seats fold individually to give you 1800 litres of space, which is brilliant if you like to collect litres. Audi claims the Q8 will have reasonable off-road capability. It has short front and rear overhangs, and that helps when scaling or descending slopes, while there is about 26 centimetres of ground clearance, which is slightly more than a Range Rover Velar has. Also, with the optional air suspension, you can vary the Q8's ride height over a range of 9 centimetres. The Q8 is packed full of technology that's already available on the A8. So, you can get high-tech lights which do a little dance when you turn the car off and on, Audi's latest phone connectivity, a top-of-the-range Bang & Olufsen stereo, plus a 360-degree camera with a virtual reality display of the car. Needless to say, all the things I've just mentioned are cost options in the typical